District number 3, Community Facilities Utilities District number 1, 4 is Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District, 5 is Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District number 2, 6 is Cottonflower Community Facilities District, 7 is Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, 8 is King Ranch Community Facilities District, 9 is Centerra Community Facilities District, and 10 is Cortina Community Facilities District. Everyone is here this evening, so now is the time for citizens who would like to address the CFD board on any non-agenda item within the jurisdiction of the board. Do we have any cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? Well, then let's move on. We're at the consent agenda. Will the district clerk please read consent agenda items 1 by title only?
Approval of minutes.
Pardon me?
Approval of minutes.
Oh, thank you. Does anyone on the board wish to remove an item from the consent agenda? And then can I have a motion second to approve the consent agenda? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion by Councilman Campbell and a second by Vice Mayor Hampton. We have a first and second, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? The ayes have it. Sorry. All right, are we ready to go to the business? Oh, we have a public hearing, sorry. There's a public hearing on the agenda tonight. The public hearing is a final assessment for the Montecito number 3 assessment district within Estrella Mountain Ranch CFD. I'm going to open the public hearing, and I understand this presentation will be for all items on the CFD agenda. And Gerald Eccleston, Deputy Finance Director, presenting.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. A week ago, we took action on Montecito number 3, new special assessment district. We held a public hearing and approved a feasibility report, ordered the work to be completed, and levied the assessment. That feasibility report set the location as 73 lots located in the southern portion of Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District. It identified the project as Calistoga Drive, west of 184th Lane, a portion that was completed back in January of 2019. The financing plan included about $780,000 in total. Project acquisition of Calistoga Road, $531,000. The remaining has to do with the cost of issuance or setting up reserves or interest with the bonds, which takes us to the sources of funds. We have $598,000 worth of bonds that will be issued in the special assessment district. The developer will contribute $180,000 towards those sources we saw on the previous page. At $598,000 of total bond proceeds and 73 lots within the district, that'll be about $8,200 assessed to each property. That will be assessed over the period of 25 years and about $550 per year. Since our last meeting, the district engineer has determined that the work is complete, the work benefits the district, and that the assessments are in proportion to the benefit to each of the lots. So tonight we are holding this public hearing right now. We will take action on ordering the collection of the assessments, and then we also take action on issuing the bonds. As part of your packets that you received, we had 4 draft documents pertaining to the issuing of the bonds. One of them was a continuing disclosure undertaking document. It was a draft document. In that document, it said that we had a mandatory reporting requirement, but since the bonds that we are issuing are less than $1 million, they will be a voluntary disclosure, not a mandatory disclosure. So I just wanted to put that material change out in front of you before you take action. And with that, we'll open up for the public hearing.
Thank you. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? Then I'm going to close the public hearing. And there is no action required on this item, so we go on to the next item. I'd like to call the business. Remember, I'd like to remind council on this business agenda, wait until there's a motion table on the asking of any questions. We'll start with number 3, the first item on business, consider approving the EMR CFD Montecito number 3 Assessment District ordering the collection of assessment. Jared, you're up front.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The presentation that I put out on the public hearing covers this item and the next item as well,
Great.
so thank you.
Thank you. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? Will the district clerk please read resolution EMR CFD 2021-144 by title only, please?
Adopt resolution number AMR CFD Res 2021-144, approving the assessment and the proceedings heretofore had and taken for the Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, City of Goodyear, Arizona, Montecito Assessment District Number 3, determining the work has been completed in accordance with the plans and specifications, and ordering the collection of the amount assessed.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to adopt resolution EMR CFD 2021-144? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Board Member Kano and a second from Board Member Pizzillo. Open for board discussion. Board Member Stipp?
Just one quick question, just to verify, none of these lots are currently occupied, correct?
Chair Lord, Board Member Stipp, that is correct. They are currently not occupied.
Okay. And the notification that you talked about being mandatory versus voluntary, does that apply to the fact that this exists for those particular lots? Because I think that gets to Councilmember Pizzillo's question at the last public hearing.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Board Member Stipp, the continuing disclosure notification that we have to do is a report that we put out on a bond site that's called EMMA. That is
Okay.
a reporting for bonds. The disclosure to the potential property owners is going to remain the same, and that will be mandatory.
That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Board Member Pizzillo?
That was my question. I'm good. That was my
You're
question.
good? Any other? Okay. We have a motion, so let's vote on it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on business is to consider approving the MRCFD Montecito number 3 Assessment District insurance. And of course, we've been talking about it, so no presentation at this time. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? Will the district clerk please read resolution EMR CFD 2021-145 by title only, please?
Adopt resolution number EMR CFD Res 2021-145, authorizing the issuance of its Montecito Assessment District Number 3 Special Assessment Revenue Bonds, Series 2021, in the aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $598,000, approving the form and authorizing the execution and delivery of a bond registrar, transfer agent, and paying agent contract, a purchase contract relating to the bonds, a continuing disclosure undertaking, and certain other documents securing the payment of or relating to the bonds, ratifying and approving a preliminary official statement relating to the bonds, approving a final official statement relating to the bonds, approving a final official statement relating to the bonds, awarding the bonds to the purchaser thereof, appointing a registrar, transfer agent, and paying agent for the bonds, and taking other actions securing the payment of and relating to the bonds.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to adopt resolution EMRC FD 2021-145?
So moved. Second.
I heard a board member, I'll get it, Board Member Stipp made the motion, and Board Member Pizzillo did the second. All right. You know, it doesn't say you vote, but we vote on this. All in favor say aye. Aye. Negative? Okay, the ayes have it. No further business, and to discuss, this meeting is adjourned. We need to go in because we have, no?
Quick break.
So